Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first ever virtual Cooking Up Change. My name is Sarah Porter. I'm the Vice President of External Affairs at Healthy Schools Campaign, and I'll be hosting today's event. I've been part of the Cooking Up Change program for 12 years now, and I promise you that the school meal recipes you're going to hear about today are some of the best we've ever seen. Before we begin, I'm going to share a bit of information about today's event and some tips to help you get the most out of our virtual experience. Today's event will run for approximately 1 hour, during which you'll hear from some key school food advocates, our judges, and the students, of course. We have built in some school food trivia along the way, so be ready to put your knowledge to the test and answer the questions. For the best viewing experience, please select Everyone on the webcam viewing option at the top of your screen. I'm going to pause and give you a chance to find that. So once again, you want to look for the webcam viewing option at the top of your screen and select Everyone. Then select View Full Screen by clicking on the small square in the top right of the viewer window. We'll be watching some videos today, and those videos will pop up in a separate window. You can also make that window full screen, and then you'll be brought back to the webcams and presentation after each video ends. If you have any questions or technical difficulties during today's event, please type into the questions box. We have staff standing by to assist you. So on to Cooking Up Change. I'm so excited to tell you more about the students and the recipes. Be sure to stick with us. Today, you're going to hear more about how you can get the recipes from this year's Cooking Up Change competition to make at home. But first, let's find out more about you. Where are you joining us from today? And have you ever been to a Cooking Up Change event before? Please type your responses into the question box now. It should be located on the right side of your screen. I'm going to give everyone a moment to respond, and while I do that, I want to thank our Cooking Up Change sponsors, especially our sponsor, Aramark.
Sorry, but I don't have that stuff.
Thank you, Aramark, for your longtime support of Cooking Up Change. Okay, let's see. We have folks joining us today from, wow, someone all the way from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, someone from South Jersey, as far as Arkansas, St. Louis County, New York. My goodness, folks all over the place. Orange County, California, Baltimore, lots of folks from across Chicago, and a whole slew of folks that have attended Cooking Up Change events in the past. Some of whom have even attended our national finals in Washington, D.C. So, man, people from all over the place. This is wonderful. It's great to see so many people from across Chicagoland and beyond here today to celebrate some amazing culinary students. Now let's get started. I'd like to introduce Rochelle Davis, President and CEO of Healthy Schools Campaign. Rochelle?
Well, thank you, Sarah, and thank you all for joining our first ever Cooking Up Change virtual event. We just could not let the school year go by without recognizing the amazing students that have worked so hard on their recipes this year. Healthy Schools Campaign is a nonprofit organization that works to ensure that schools provide students with healthy environments, nutritious foods, health services, and opportunities for physical activity. We focus on the needs of schools whose students are affected by education and health inequities, particularly in the Black and Latinx communities. We bring a racial equity focus to all of our work. Since we have heard so much about the challenges and struggles of school food, we thought it was more important than ever to enlist students to show the world that creating healthy school food is possible. Healthy Schools Campaign launched Cooking Up Change in Chicago in 2007. More than 2,000 students from 22 cities have participated in local contests. In Chicago alone, more than 920 student chefs have participated, and the district has served more than 4.7 million student-designed meals. Now I'm going to hand things back over to Sarah, who will get things going. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Rochelle. I want to mention that folks have continued to chime in while you've been speaking. And again, it's great to see so many people from across the country. We have some of our Cooking Up Change partners all the way from Orange County with us. David Blackman, who ran the CTE program for many of the years and has been a huge supporter of Cooking Up Change. A couple of our judges, including Christy Uchida from the Brinson Foundation. Really appreciate everybody participating in the support. We're in for a great event today. And here to help us celebrate Cooking Up Change is Audrey Rowe. Audrey is the former administrator of the Food and Nutrition Services for the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And she's a current board member of Healthy Schools Campaign. I'm going to hand it over to Audrey, who is going to be co-hosting the event with me today. Audrey? Hi, Audrey. We can see you, but we can't hear you just yet. Audrey, you'll need to unmute. We'll just give her a second to do that. Okay, guys, we're having a little technical difficulty. Hang in there with us for just a moment, as we're going to work to get Audrey's sound back on. While Audrey works on that, I want to say hello to a few other folks that have joined us. It's great to see so many of the culinary teachers from the different culinary schools across the city joining us today. We've got Healthy Schools Campaign staff folks and some of our other donors and supporters, and more people joining in, including someone who's never attended Cooking Up Change before, and so this is the first experience for Dr. Florence Anabagu. So welcome. If anyone has any favorite Cooking Up Change memories that you want to share, or any specific shout outs to the participating teams, go ahead and share those in the questions box as well. We're going to keep working on a couple of little technical kinks right now. And so while Audrey works on that, I'm gonna move us along. And we are going to, I wanna share a couple of things, especially about Cooking Up Change and Healthy Schools Campaign and why this is so important at the moment. As you very well may know, that millions of students rely on schools for healthy school food every single day. And the COVID-19 pandemic has really revealed just how important the safety net is. Providing healthy food to students is a critical and essential service. Access to healthy food in schools is especially important for students from underinvested communities, the majority of whom are students of color, where healthy foods may not be widely available or prohibitively expensive. So I mentioned earlier that we have a few school food trivia questions that we're gonna share with you today. And so we are gonna get ready to do the first one. So how this works is that you are going to see a poll pop up on your screen. It'll be a multiple choice question, and you'll have about 10 seconds to respond to the question. So get ready to test your knowledge and click on an answer. Here we go. First trivia question: what year was the National School Lunch Program established? Again, you've got 10 seconds to respond. Okay, counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's close that poll and see how we did. Okay, not too bad. We had 38% of folks participating got the answer correct. The National School Lunch Program was established by the National School Lunch Act, signed by President Truman in 1946. Great job, everybody. We're going to pause for a second and see if we've got Audrey back with us.
I think I'm back. I am so sorry. You can go through all kinds of rehearsals. Something happened and you hit the wrong button. So
that's all right. We're glad you're here. Thank you, Audrey.
Thank you for having me here, and I'm really excited. And that was exciting to see that such good work and that everyone responded to the question and that the program was established in 1946. So that's 74 years the National School Lunch Program has played an instrumental role in ensuring that students have access to school meals. Today, more than 30 million students across the country rely on these school meals, school lunches. So making sure they are not only healthy, but appealing to students is critically important. And that's the one reason that Cooking Up Change is such a great and important program. Cooking Up Change is a competition that challenges high school culinary students to create a healthy school meal that's appealing to them and to their peers. The students that participate are studying culinary arts through the Chicago Public Schools Career Technical Education Program. Cooking Up Change challenges these students to create school meals that consist of one main dish containing protein and whole grains, a vegetable side dish, and a fruit side dish. The students use the ingredients available in their school cafeteria and adhere to the budget and nutritional requirements of the National School Lunch Program. So what does all that mean? Healthy, delicious food on a tight budget. Not an easy feat. But let me tell you that these students have really risen to the occasion. What I miss so much about doing this virtual is that normally the students would present their meals to a panel of judges, and I've been honored to be a judge. And we'd be able to meet the students in person, taste their delicious creations, spend time with them, learn a little bit more about them and the staff who accompany, and many of them have parents who are with them as well. This time, the Healthy Schools campaign worked with the Chicago caterer, Amazing Edibles, to have the meals prepared exactly according to the students' recipes and delivered to judges across the country. The judges deliberated last week, and we'll get to hear from them in just a bit. But now, I'd like to introduce a recorded message from Crystal Cooper, who is the Executive Director of Nutrition Support Services from the Chicago Public Schools. Crystal has been a tireless champion for improving the school meal program in Chicago. Let's hear what she has to say.
Hi, I'm Crystal Cooper, the Executive Director of Nutrition Support Services at Chicago Public Schools. We are very proud to support Cooking Up Change and congratulate the students, culinary instructors, teachers, parents, and principals involved in this year's contest. The COVID-19 crisis has revealed in a new way the important role schools play in providing critical services like school food. CPS has been serving school meals while our physical buildings have been closed. On the first day, we handed out more than 25,000 meals, and overall, we've distributed millions of school meals to children that need them. Studies have consistently shown a powerful connection between health and academic achievement. Healthy, active, and well-nourished students are more likely to attend school, be engaged, and ready to learn. Over the past 8 years, CPS has taken significant steps to become a national leader in providing healthy school meals through the implementation of high nutrition standards, more scratch cooking, and other policies that regulate the sale and marketing of unhealthy food to students. The incredibly talented Cooking Up Change student chefs have all met the challenge of creating healthy, delicious school meals. Many of the most popular meals in our program come from Cooking Up Change student chefs. I have no doubt that this year's contest will spark new menu ideas. This has been a challenging year, but we're excited to be able to finish out the school year with a celebration. Congrats to all the Cooking Up Change student chefs.
Working with Crystal and find her commitment to be very strong as it relates to the work that she is doing with the Chicago Public Schools. And now we have a recorded message from one of our sponsors, Bill Heisler, who is Executive Director of Operational Excellence at Aramark, the Cooking Up Change presenting sponsor. Bill?
Hi, I'm Bill Heisler, Director of Operational Excellence with Aramark at Chicago Public Schools. Aramark is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Cooking Up Change. Cooking Up Change is a great competition for students to challenge their culinary talents. We are so excited to see the competitors amplify their creativity and push the envelope to create delicious school lunch and breakfast recipes. Cooking Up Change is also about changing the lives of the high school students who participate. Our role in making those life changes is what we love most about the competition. We want nothing more than to help the teams in Cooking Up Change realize their culinary dreams, and we are proud of all the teams and inspired by what they have accomplished. Each team brings renewed energy to Cooking Up Change, which is unparalleled in its innovation to create delicious recipes for students. We want the children and families in Chicago to embrace healthy eating at school and in their community. We know that the Healthy Schools campaign joins us as we ensure that all children have access to healthy school environments where they can learn and thrive. While whole grains, fresh fruit, vegetables, and low sodium are healthy, incorporating them into delicious recipes that kids love to eat is what this competition is all about. Now, the nutrition standards we use to create school lunch menus in Chicago include specific guidelines that exceed requirements set by the USDA. We believe in those guidelines, and maintaining those guidelines makes the challenge of students in the competition that much harder. As the food service provider for Chicago Public Schools, Aramark is always interested to see innovative menu ideas from students themselves. We see our meals and those created in this competition as an important step in creating healthy environments for learning and supporting healthy students. Cooking Up Change allows us to see firsthand the kind of food students would like to see in their school meal programs, because it is important for students to be able to share their thoughts and have input on what they are eating. And if they are part of the process, they will be more likely to eat the meals that are served. Aramark congratulates all of the students for participating in the competition, and we look forward to serving the winning meal next school year. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. And thank you, Aramark, for your support. Now, before we move on, I'm going to turn it back over to Sarah for our next trivia question.
Okay, everyone, get ready for our next question. Just as before, we're going to leave the question up for about 10 seconds, so be ready to answer. How many school lunches does Chicago Public Schools serve each year? You've got 4 options to choose from, and you've got 10 seconds on the clock. Counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's close that and see how we did. Wow, great job, everyone. We are a little bit evenly split on a couple of these guesses. The correct answer is 43 million. That's amazing. That's unbelievable. Back to you, Audrey.
Wow, 43 million. Yeah, that is amazing. And even better, the winning teams from today's competition will see their meals served across Chicago Public Schools in the next year. In fact, Chicago Public Schools regularly serves Cooking Up Change recipes. So these students are literally changing what is on the menu in their school. Speaking of students, let's introduce the schools competing today and see their menus. We have 6 teams representing 6 different Chicago public schools. Sarah, can you tell us more about these teams?
Definitely. First up, we have Juarez Community Academy. The students on this team, Alejandro, Julissa, Melanie, Celeste, Magali, and Renata, designed a meal that consists of broccoli cheese bread pudding served with a spicy roasted broccoli and Walrus monkey crisp, which is bananas, yogurt, and cinnamon baked with a crunchy granola topping.
Now, see, if I was there with the students, my first question would be, how did you come up with a walrus monkey crisp? How did you come up with that name? That's what I meant. But hopefully the students will share that. Maybe somebody from the school, if you're on, will share the answer to that on the in the information. Wow, that sounds amazing. Sarah, next.
So the next team we're going to be looking at is Prosser Career Academy. This school actually took first place back in 2017. This year's team, Tanya, Jorge, Stephanie, Joshua, Jessica, and Luis, created their Prosser wedding soup that they paired with a delicious garden wrap and an apple cranberry parfait.
Wow, doesn't that sound delicious? What did the next team do, Sarah?
So, 3-time Cooking Up Change champion Richard's Career Academy assembled a team this year with students Sergio, Quamasia, and Crystal. They developed a sassy stuffed pepper served with a cool cucumber salad, and Bella Banana, which is bananas roasted and served with a cinnamon yogurt dip. That sounds delicious.
It sure does. I'd like to get my hand on that recipe. Who's next?
Roosevelt High School features Naila, Jeffrey, and Jalija. They made a fish wrap, which they designed to go hand in hand with their Zesty Slaw and a side of baked apples.
Boy, I love fish. I can't wait to get the menu, get the recipe for that menu. Sarah, who's next?
Next up, we have Southside Occupational Academy in West Englewood. Southside has a team. Their students are Carnell, Trey, Shakaya, Lyric, Keith, and Dejanique. And they designed a menu of cheesy meatball mash paired with a zesty orange broccoli and a Hawaiian salad.
Yeah, all these sound so good. Who's our final team?
Last but not least, we have the team from Vaughn Occupational High School. Emily, George, Jason, Jamel, Nayeli, and Brianna. Vaughn took first place in last year's Cooking Up Change, or I'm sorry, in the last Cooking Up Change competition was actually in 2018. So not only are they the team to beat, but they also get an award for the most creative recipe names. Their menu is Pho Sho, which is a broth soup with chicken meatballs, carrots, lime juice, and sriracha. Apeeling Vegetable, a cucumber salad with a zesty orange dressing. And Time Flies Like an Arrow, Fruit Flies Like a Banana. My favorite name, I think. It's bananas baked with lime juice and cinnamon and then topped with yogurt.
Wow, these names are so creative. All of the names, all of the menus that we have here just sound so delicious. And I hope those of you who are on this webcast, on this virtual event, agree with me. And I have something really exciting to share. So for a donation of any amount to Healthy Schools campaign, you can get access to all of the recipes from today's competition. And I certainly am looking forward to getting my copy of the recipes from today's competition, and I'm ready to try some of them this weekend. The Healthy Schools campaign is what the Healthy Schools campaign is doing is to involve students in changing the recipe for school food through Cooking Up Change is so utterly important. Please take a moment, show your support, make a gift today. We'll add a link to the donation page in the chat. Please, this is a really important program, but more importantly, these students are just exceptional and need our support. By the way, has anyone out there already received the recipes and tried making some at home? If you have, please use the question box now to let us know what you made. Sarah, are we hearing from anyone yet?
Not just yet. We'll give folks a chance to share with us. And while we do that, you can see here a photo of my colleague, Meg Kelly. She worked on making those recipes from the Southside team at home. Here in my house, we tested out the recipes from Juarez. So here you see a couple of my kids working on that Walrus monkey crisp that we talked about earlier. It was a hit. You can see Elsie is literally sitting by the oven waiting for it to be finished. So it's pretty quickly. Not only are all of the meals delicious and healthy, but so many of them are also really easy to have kids at home, even young kids like mine, help prepare. So love that. I am seeing some sharing from some of our audience today. We have someone from Chicago that also made Southside's recipes. Other folks that also, Jill Hauk, who's a longtime supporter of Cooking Up Change and a past contest chair and judge, I think, made the recipes from Juarez. So we definitely, Peggy Walker made the bread pudding, which is in her repeat recipe box, she tells us. So she said it makes a really good substitute for stuffing as well. So a lot of versatility in these recipes, really exciting. So definitely encourage everyone to get your hands on those recipes and try making them at home.
And now to the rest of the contest. You're going to make your donation and get the recipes. You've heard who all the students are. You've heard the menus. We're excited to hear from all of the winners. But before we announce them, let's learn more about our esteemed judging panel. Having served as a judge, Sarah, I can tell you it's a really hard job. And it takes a lot of work. And your heart is just forever going out to all of the students, the winners, and to the students as they talk about how they arrived at the table that day. So who are the judges that we had this year?
We had a really great group of judges this year, and we're so thankful that they stuck with us through what was a pretty unconventional process. As you mentioned earlier, we had Amazing Edibles prepare all of the food using the school food ingredients provided by Aramark. We had Amazing Edibles deliver the food, and the judges did a lot of reheating, a lot of tasting, and then a lot of dishes and cleanup in their own kitchens when they were done. So we really appreciate it. Many, many thanks to our judges. We have Dana Butler, who is a former principal of Irma C. Ruiz Elementary School and the current field service specialist from the Illinois Principals Association. Hilda Cazares, who's the owner and chef of Hilda's Kitchen. Jason Mojica, Director of Operations of Nutritional Support Services of Chicago Public Schools. David Murphy, the Executive Chef at Aramark. And Christy Uchida, President of the Brinson Foundation. Thank you, judges.
And thank you, Sarah. And we're going to have a recorded message from Dana Butler.
Well, hello. My name is Dana Butler, and I am a retired Chicago Public School principal. I was blessed to be with EPS for 31 years of service. And our school, Irma C. Ruiz Elementary School, had a plethora of opportunities to work with the Healthy Schools campaign. If I may, I'd love to talk to you about the wonderful experience of being a judge. It was my very, very first time. I absolutely loved it. I always wondered what the judges did when I would go to the events. So I had an opportunity to taste some fabulous, fabulous food from high schools throughout the city. And I was just so impressed with the variety, the creativity, and the healthy spins on some of the things that really, really gave me a new taste. You know, my opportunity, it was the first time I've ever had chicken meatballs. And that really, really, some of the schools utilize that, or the different ways that they use broccoli, and even the creativity in their food titles, because they were really good. Pho Sho, as in one of the schools used for their wonderful soup opportunities. So and it was just fabulous. And I want to say congratulations and felicidades to all of the student chefs. You guys are truly culinarily rock stars, and I just have nothing but great things to say about you. And when you own those restaurants, I'm coming. I don't need a discount, but I'm coming.
Wonderful. You know, it was an honor serving as a cooking up change judge, but I can tell you it's not easy to choose between so many incredible dishes. And the students that compete in this program could not do it without the support of their dedicated culinary instructors. So let's hear more about them, Sarah.
Yes, cannot rave enough about the culinary instructors at Chicago Public Schools, especially again this year for sticking with us through a really challenging year. Special thanks to the culinary teachers that have teams competing today. Samantha Kramer from Juarez, David Kolosik from Prosser, Mark Soltis and Katie Walsh from Richards, Jillian McLennan and Michael Marin from Roosevelt, Athenia Travis from Southside. Athenia, if you're listening, I'm seeing a comment from someone that said they made the meatball mash just like KFC. Their kids loved it. So so excited to see folks out there making your team's recipes. And of course, Patrick Murray from Vaughn as well. Thank you, teachers, for your support. Cooking Up Change would not be possible without you.
And I applaud all of the instructors, and I hope you're doing the same at home. Thank you, teachers, for all of your hard work, your dedication, and your caring to be a part of this endeavor. And now for the students. Each and every dish you've heard about today has an incredible team of student chefs behind it. Normally, getting the chance to meet the students and hear more about their experiences, as I said, is one of the highlights of Cooking Up Change. Obviously, this year has been more difficult than anyone could have imagined. We're excited that we can honor the students' hard work and hear from a few of them. A handful of students were gracious enough to share their thoughts with us, and we're excited to present them to you now.
With a little bit of work and presentation, healthy school food can be made to taste just as good as any processed fast food does. Another thing that is interesting and helpful to know is the fact that healthy school food is many times easy to make at home.
It's important for schools to provide healthy school food because it's nutritious.
It's nutritious.
Keeps you healthy.
It keeps you healthy and focused.
For me, the most rewarding part is actually working together with my team. Everyone has such creative skills, such creativity, and I was able to work on my communication skills and also being able to work on recipes I never thought I was going to actually make before.
By participating in Touching Up Change, I learned how important to work as a team. I also know how to stay organized when working. I learned how to make salad, rotating, and many other things. Plus, I learned that if I start something, I have to finish it.
That was great. Great to hear from those students. Audrey, we'll need to have you unmute yourself.
Now, trying to remember to unmute. Some of us we're not technology savvy. I know that Healthy Schools Campaign will continue to share the stories of these incredible students. And now, Sarah, can we have one last trivia question?
Yes, last one, everybody. And this one is about cooking up change. So get ready. The first Cooking Up Change competition took place in Chicago in 2007. Listed here, you see 5 of the 7 teams that have ever taken first place. Which school has won first place more times than any other? So again, which school has won Cooking Up Change the most times? 10 seconds. Feel like I'm on Jeopardy. Everybody go. Starting at 10. Counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see how we did. Okay, 21% guessed Chicago Vocational Career Academy, 25% for Prosser, 36% for Richards, and 27% guessed Vaughn. This was actually a little bit of a trick question because it's actually a tie. Both Chicago Vocational Career Academy, or CVCA, and Richards Career Academy have won first place 3 times. Great job, everybody. Back to you, Audrey.
So now let's look at today's winners. And so on to the awards. We have first, second, and third place winning teams to recognize today. The teams will win a trophy to put on display in their schools when they return in the fall. Each student of these top 3 teams will receive a $1,000 scholarship to Washburn Culinary Institute and an assortment of other prizes. And finally, as I mentioned, the first place team will see their meal served across the Chicago Public Schools next year. To all the students, normally everyone here today would be so excited to meet and try your food. But just because we can't be together in person, we're still here to support and celebrate you. We're going to unmute all participants so everyone can join us in cheering for the winning team.
So get ready, everybody, to cheer. We're on mute. We're gonna unmute and prepare to be loud. Here we go.
All right, are we ready? Let's kick it off by announcing the third place winner, Cooking Up Change. Congratulations, Southside Occupational Academy. Let's hear it.
Oh, yes. Congratulations, Southside. Amazing. Woo!
Yes, Southside. We're so proud of you.
Yay, Southside.
Wonderful.
So congratulations, Carnell, Trey, Shakaya, Lyric, Keith, and Dejanique on your meal of cheesy meatball mash, zesty orange broccoli, and Hawaiian salad. Do we have anyone from the Southside team with us today? If you're there, go ahead and turn on your webcam and join us. We'd love to hear from you. We're gonna give them a second to see if we can get anybody. I think we may have maybe the culinary teacher and 1 or 2 students. Let's see. Hi, Athenia. Oh, you'll need to, we can see you, but we can't hear you. Can you unmute? Athenia, can you unmute? Okay, I think we can hear you now, Athenia. Welcome. Oh, we had you. Can you speak up? Oh, can't hear you. Oh no, we're having some difficulties. I know we can't hear you. I'm not sure if you can unmute or not. Not quite working. Oh, I'm so sorry, Athenia. Okay, well, you know what, Athenia, we're going to give you a great big round of applause. Thank you so much for being here to represent your team today. Athenia Travis is the culinary instructor at Southside, and congratulations to you and your students for doing an amazing job today. So thank you so much. All right. So Audrey, we will go move on to second place. Audrey, you need to unmute too. Don't forget to unmute yourself. There we go. Oh, not yet. Can't hear you. Man, thanks everybody for hanging in there with us. Some audio challenges today. I think this is the world we live in these days with all these virtual events. Cannot hear you, Audrey. Okay, so you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna try it this way. We're gonna get ready to announce the second place winner. And on our end, once again, we're going to unmute all participants. So get ready to cheer on. Get ready to cheer on the team, and everybody will be able to chime in. Everyone on this in this event today will be able to chime in and cheer. So let's get ready to do that. So second place winner of Cooking Up Change this year is Prosser Career Academy. Congratulations, Prosser. Woohoo! Amazing.
Yeah, Prosser.
Congratulations, Prosser.
Congratulations.
Good job. Way to go. Woo.
No, can't hear you, Audrey. Okay, I'm going to keep rolling while you try to unmute. All right, so we've got third place went to Southside, second place went to Prosser. Really want to congratulate the Prosser team. That's Tanya, Jorge, Stephanie, Joshua, Jessica, and Luis for the Prosser Roading Soup, Garden Wrap, and Apple Cranberry Parfait. Do we have anyone from the Prosser team with us today that can join and say hello?
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, my name is Louis Ortega. I'm a senior at Prosser. I'm in the CTE program. I'm not sure if you can see my screen. I don't think it's sharing at this point.
We can't see you, but we can definitely hear you. So you're here. Do you want to share a couple of words about your experience with Cooking Up Change?
Yeah, for sure. I can say something briefly. This is the second year I've done it. The previous one was in 2018, if I'm not mistaken, in the fall. We won third place, if I'm not mistaken, for lunch, and we won first place for breakfast. And I mean, coming into this competition, I mean, it's definitely a new thing with all the virtual stuff. You know, we have to go through sort of like a learning curve to adapt to it. But you know, regardless, I think everybody who the work we put in school was, I think, properly transferred over here. and I think people are getting the attention and awards and recognitions they deserve. And yeah, that's it.
Well, thank you. It's great to have you. I know it's been sort of a strange school year, but you guys worked so hard back in the fall on your recipes, and we're really excited to see your hard work pay off today. So congratulations to you, Louis, and your teammates. Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations to all the schools.
Okay, so we are going to move along. Audrey, can't hear you still. I know, I'm sorry, we're having some audio challenges, but I'm gonna keep things rolling, and if you can join in, please do. And one last thing I want to mention before we announce our first place winner, as Audrey mentioned earlier, please don't forget to go visit the Healthy Schools Campaign website to make a gift and receive all of the recipes from this year's competition so that you can make those recipes at home and share them with your families. So now it is my honor to announce the first place winner of Cooking Up Change. So once again, get ready, everyone. We are going to unmute so that the students can hear everybody's applause. So get ready to celebrate. The first place winner of Cooking Up Change is Vaughn Occupational Career Academy. Congratulations, Vaughn.
Beautiful.
Congratulations.
Oh, that's so exciting. So exciting. Thank you for cheering. We are, this team, as I mentioned earlier, won the last Cooking Up Change. So they were sort of the defending champs and the team to beat. Congratulations, Emily, George, Jason, Jamel, Nayeli, and Brianna for your Pho Sho, Apeeling Vegetable, and Time Flies Like an Arrow. Do we have anyone from the Vaughn team that is ready to join us today? Go ahead and turn on your webcam.
Hi, I don't know if you guys can see me, but I'm Brianna Nathan. I am one of the advanced culinary teams at Vaughn High School.
Hi, Brianna. We can't see you, but we can hear you, and we're so glad you're here.
And I'm also here from Vaughn too.
Hi,
Emily.
And instructor Patrick Murray. Thank you all for joining us today. It's so great to have you. Congratulations. Emily, do you wanna say hello and talk a little bit about your experience with Cooking Up Change?
I really like doing the Cooking Up Change. It was very fun, like working as a team and like terrain recipe that was healthy for the soul.
Awesome. Brianna, is there anything else you wanted to share?
I basically say, I liked it. We took our time, making sure that everything was, basically prepared the right way.
Awesome. Well, you guys did a fantastic job. Welcome, Chef Murray. Do you want to say anything?
Well, I'm really surprised and thrilled and honored that Vaughn's recipes are being recognized again this year. I think I speak on behalf of all the students involved from Vaughn, our whole team, including my assistant, Ms. Calderon, who helped immensely. I just want to say congratulations to all the other teams that created tasty, healthy meals. And I hope those meals get prepared in school cafeterias next year.
I don't know how we can see that.
Definitely.
No.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us, Chef.
Go team.
If we can, I would like to take a second if we can unmute all the participants again, and let's just do a final round of applause for the Vaughn team, the Prosser team, the Southside team, all of the teams who participated this year and their culinary instructors. I think everybody is about to be unmuted, so get ready to cheer. Thanks everybody for your support.
Congratulations.
Very good. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations, students.
Thank
So great. So great.
Schools did a beautiful job.
Thank you. We're going to put everybody on mute for just one more second and wrap up here. I definitely heard some familiar voices coming through there, and thank you so much, everyone, for your support of all the students. I really commend you students for the work that you've done. Audrey, I'm going to try one more time and see if we can get you back in here. Is your audio back on? Not quite. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. But again, want to thank everyone for participating today to celebrate these amazing culinary students and their delicious menus. Thank you, Airmark, and all of our Cooking Up Change sponsors. We are going to end this wonderful event by sharing some photos and videos of HSC staff, board members, and supporters who made Cooking Up Change recipes at home. Students, I hope that you get a taste for how many people across Chicago and beyond are supporting you and enjoying all of your delicious food in their homes at this time. Thank you, everyone, for participating in Cooking Up Change.